All right. Denise, hi. Nice to meet you.
Oh,
And
got it.
thank you so much for agreeing to do this interview today, just so
Yeah,
we can get
thanks, Shannon.
some more word out how miraculous Creatrix is for women and how it's changing ladies' lives. So yeah, over to you. Let us know. Tell me some
Yeah.
of your story.
Well, I've always been on a personal growth journey, all my life because that's where my family comes from. And my mother owns a couple of, spiritual healing centers that she's had for 45 years. And so it was always digging deep and weekend intensives, every 3 months for half my life, So, and I used to do meditation for 17 years, like a path, where I used to get answers and things. But saying that, I always had a couple of issues that it didn't matter what modality I did, it wouldn't crack it. So I just thought, and it'd raise its ugly head and then it'd come down, and I just thought, it'll come, something will present itself. Anyway, it didn't for years and years and years. And then I was on a nursing contract in Longreach and I jumped on a plane and I was talking to this American woman for the first time, never seen her before. And we got talking and she said, I'm digging into this business called Creatrix. And I said, oh, yeah, that sounds interesting. And she said, oh, yeah, it's a woman named, Maz Shermer. And yeah, it feels really good. I don't know much about it, but she said, I don't know why I'm talking to you about it, but I think you should do it. So she sort of planted the seed.
Okay.
Anyway, so I did my nursing contract. We both, had a couple of extra weeks. It was lovely out there, but it gave me time to think and reassess my life. And so when I came back, within a couple of weeks, I was researching this Maz Shermer, and I followed her for 4 years.
Wow.
Because and I Googled, to see if she was a ripoff and all this, sort of stuff. Because just in my life, I've been, natural therapist. I've been a nurse. I've been quite a few things, and I really wanted to check out that she was the real deal.
Yeah.
So I came across a lady named Donna Brennan, and I really loved her energy, and I just followed her, and she joined me into a group, and I was just watching the films, and I'm just thinking, yeah, there's something in there. My cells were telling me there's something good about it, So that's how I did it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I decided I wanted the change. I wanted to step out of nursing for 16 years in palliative care, and I wanted to work with the living, basically. So that's what made me. I was just going blind faith, going in for this process and the business at the same time. But I just followed my gut, and that's what I did.
And you heard about it in little old Longreach.
On
a plane.
plane Jetstar that was rough as.
Wow, there you go. And
Yeah.
you just said earlier there were some issues that you couldn't shift, that you couldn't budge. What
Yes.
are the issues that you were
Well,
talking about?
basically, it's like my family, I found, always like judged me, always judging me. So I'd always have this altercation with my brother, and I sort of had mummy issues because it was like the hierarchy of the family, and it's like what she says goes, sort of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you do other things, and it's just like, something will happen or whatever, but nothing happened because I know what it's just the way you go, you follow your gut.
Yeah.
So, I used to have this sort of process, and I was married to an Afro-American for 21 years, and my marriage folded down years ago, but my children from that marriage were very judging too, So, it was a whole lot of things, and I thought, there's something I've got to get rid of, I know, because it's my family's, I'm getting triggered by my family, so there's something I've got to get rid of. And the more I thought about it, I thought, there's like an abandonment, and there's there's this issue. I've got to I've got to get rid of this issue. It's silly. And it wasn't a jealousy thing or anything like that. It was just like, it wasn't balanced, it just wasn't balanced. Yeah. So, and I thought, yeah, I've got to change this. And truly, as soon as I did, the dynamics changed straight away.
So you worked on judgment through Creatrix?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And the dynamics with who have changed?
With my mother immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. She knew that I had something. She was like, she knew straight away, what have you done? She just knew straight away. And my sister-in-law was getting agitated or something in the family, and she said, you're different. You look different in the eyes, and you're not reacting how you'd usually put your 2 cents in if I said this. And I said, oh, really? And she said, yeah, what have you been doing? What are you doing? So it was that sort of, yeah, it was really noticeable.
Wow, that's so cool.
And it stayed. It has, and that's where I know, because I immediately knew after that session, I could feel the whole big change in myself. And I had a really interesting dream that night too. It was like all these little ants. You know how ants meet and they communicate, and then one will go, a tribe will go there and some will go there. And it's like they were being repelled from each other. It's like they were trying to join up, but they were.
Oh.
And I consciously remembered that in the morning, and I knew that I cracked the pattern. I knew it.
Wow, there you go. That's phenomenal. Amazing you bring up dreams, actually, because I never used to remember any of my dreams, and geez, I'm dreaming a lot now. But yeah, and I remember them as well. So really interesting that you bring that up, because it's these subtle things that happen that we just forget, and you don't even realize that it's happening until, like somebody says something and then it triggers like, oh, hold on a second. Yeah, that's happening for me as well.
That's right. And Maz always says, you mightn't remember the process, that, because it's had an effect, but you might, forget about it. I said to Maz, I'll always remember this and what I had, because I tried for years cracking it with about 20 different modalities, so I'll always, be grateful to Creatrix. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear you. Me too.
Waiting for something to come.
Waiting for that right thing to just
and trusting it, because I think when you know in your gut, I think really what's right for you, and different things that you do, they help you along the journey to open you up to receiving that,
Yes. So everything that you've done up to this point has led you to the part to be able to receive Creatrix and trust the process, even though it's something that you just sort of once you have
going into the unknown, but it's like your bigger personality knows what you need.
100%. So if you had some words to say to ladies out there that are considering doing Creatrix, what would you say to them?
I would say absolutely go for it. It's the best thing that you'll ever experience in your whole life, and it's life-changing. It'll bring you back to you. That's how I feel about it.
It'll bring you back to you. So you heard that, ladies. Denise is speaking from first-hand experience. I've also had the process done myself, and it has definitely brought more of me back to me. And you'd notice the subtle changes that still just keep happening in your life, even months, years down the track. It just keeps giving.
It certainly does, and I find it like just with personal journey in your life, you become more aware and aware around you. And, some people will say, oh, I think you're a bit psychic. I said, no, it's not. It's just that you're in tune with yourself and what's going around. So, if you dream about something, or you have a feeling, someone's coming, or they're, going to ring you, and you're spot on, it's because you're in tune with yourself, That's what it is. It's removed the barriers.
the barriers to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, beautiful. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Denise. I just love doing these interviews and getting the word out. There's been so many ladies that are benefiting from this, and we hope that there can be many, 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 many more, because it will make a difference to so many women's lives if they just trust and take the step to get in touch with one of us. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate
Lovely
you.
meeting you.
Bye.